This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. On this episode of the MQP, it's Nicole Willerton, a Swedish artist who's been singing in metal bands. Hello, Nicole. Since
Hello, hello.
2018. Her first band was New Zone, which was an alt symphonic metal band. In 2021, she was in the band Eyes of Nocturne, which was a prog metal band. And now she's in a new band, Somna, and is the lead singer of Somna. We'll talk about that coming up. First off, welcome to the MQP, Nicole.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, what led you to a career in music? I know you've been singing since you were a very young girl.
Yeah, I started to take vocal lessons when I was 7 years old, but they weren't that frequent. It was like, here and there. Whenever I was going to do a gig, I did a couple of singing lessons before that. But really, I have to say, when I was a kid and I was watching a lot of MTV, I'm a big fan of music videos and the visuals in music videos. I thought it was amazing. And whenever there was a woman doing something a bit more darker, like gothic or metal, I was like, oh, they're so cool. I want to be like that. And I've always loved to sing. As a kid, I was a little bit like, I didn't mind being alone, just walking around singing for myself. So it's just always been there. I've kind of always known that I wanted to do music and to sing and to write music. So it all fell naturally, I guess.
How about music in your family too? Were your parents very encouraging?
Actually, my family, they're all like, they do engineering, and my mom's a physiotherapist, so they're more towards the nature science side of things. But I do have people who are very involved with music in my family as well. So it's always been there. But I think I'm the only one who's actually working with it. Apart from like some other people, but they're like further distance in the relation to me in my family.
Were they ever like, Nicole, you need to get a real job?
Well, no, because they knew how much I wanted to do this,
Mm,
and I'm very happy about that. That they've been always very supportive. But what they have done is that both my parents, I mean, like they took me to to like shows if I wanted to do that, etc. But they didn't like help me out too much. Like I had to do it by myself,
mm.
and I've always been very work oriented. So I'm quite glad that I had to fall sometimes. Sometimes it went well, but I had to do all of that by myself. Like when I started my university, I had to go to England and do the audition by myself as well. So it's like
Mhm.
they've always been supportive, but I've still had to stand on my own feet, kind of thing. And I really appreciate that they did it in this way.
Mhm. You mentioned MTV videos being an influence on you. How about female vocalists and other musicians, other metal artists? Who else influenced you?
So actually, my biggest like idol or influence is Annie Lennox. I know it's a bit
Mm.
not really what one would expect, but I remember seeing the Eurythmics music videos as a kid, and
Yeah.
she's wearing like different wigs in all the videos, and she's so cool. And there is the album they did 1986, especially, which is a little bit heavier, really influenced me. But then also, of course, I'm I'm a big fan of metal female singers like Mariah Brink and Flora Jansen. I think she's amazing.
Mm.
Simone from Epica.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I love those artists, but I think that yeah, I'm from a very very early age. I was always so I inspired by like more like rock singers, I'd say, than
Hmm.
metal singers. Um, but also male artists, like I'm a big fan of Marilyn Manson, for example. So
Mm.
it's yeah.
Yeah, Amy Lee comes up here a lot when I ask that question.
Yeah, so about Amy Lee. Well, I really do like, so for me, for my voice, singing Evanescence songs is like it's quite comfortable for me because I've gotten told quite a few times that sound a bit like Amy Lee. I
Yeah.
take that as a compliment. But I really do. I do like to keep my own sound. I know my voice. I think it's a little bit like take it or leave it kind of thing because it's a bit. Um, I really try to do my own thing. I don't really care about sounding like someone else,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, the most important thing.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite genre of metal?
Um, oh wow, that is a big question.
Mm.
um, can I put it this way? That if the music has a good melody to it, and if you can, as a listener, feel that the music has been felt by the people who wrote it, and there's passion behind it, I'm probably more likely to enjoy it. Um, I do really like progressive metal and symphonic metal. I also do like alternative metal to a certain degree. But and also sometimes I listen to like death or black metal. But yeah, it's quite hard to answer your question.
Mm.
I'd say when there is emotion behind it and you can like vibe with the singer, vibe with the music, that's really what gets me going, I guess.
You also sing vocals in the German group Dark,
Yes.
and you're very busy. We'll talk about some of your other projects here. I want to come back to your new band, Somna. You're the lead
Mhm.
singer in Somna. Describe the sound of Somna.
So, basically, most of the band members who were part of Ice of Nocturne, we decided to start over, and we started Somna. And Somna is actually a Swedish word. It means falling asleep.
Mm.
And that's kind of what our sound is about. We call ourselves dreamy metal because it's all quite like we try to mix the happy, beautiful dreams with a sort of nightmarish sound. So some parts of our sound is quite like heavy and dark, whereas some parts of our sound is more like open and dreamy and airy fairy kind of. So we really like to play with that contrast. So I know there's no genre called dream metal, so I would have to say progressive melodic metal for people to understand. But really, we are kind of like very atmospheric, like uh, atmospheric progressive metal. Maybe would be the right
But
description.
you're not
Sorry, I'm
gonna,
really bad with labels.
you're not gonna fall asleep listening to Somna.
Maybe there's going to be one like at some point you're going to be like floating away, and then at some point you're like, oh well, here's the heavy part. So hopefully not.
I know, Nicole, you're working on new music with Somna. New
Mhm.
single coming out soon.
Yes, we are planning to hopefully release a new single during the summer.
All
That's the
right.
plan.
And what can you say about the song?
Um, that it's emotional.
And
It's the first
dreamy,
thing that
and
comes to my
dreamy
head.
and atmospheric.
Yeah. So I write the lyrics, and I always write about what I feel in the moment, and it's kind of nice to go back to songs that you have written a while. Like so, the song we're planning to release, it was written months ago,
Mhm.
but I still because I wrote it in the moment where I really felt it. It's like I remember that feeling I had at the moment when I wrote it, and I still feel it. So. But it's
Tour.
yeah.
I was going to ask you about touring plans for Somna this summer
Mhm.
and fall, and also, are you going to be out with Dark as well this summer and fall?
Yes. So we with Dark, we were going to play a show in Belgium in September, but that got cancelled. But we're still playing in Prague in September, and then we're playing two festivals in Germany, Cold Hearted Festival in November. So that's what's booked right now. Then we're playing Dark Malta next year in April. And then yeah, let's see what else comes for Dark. But at the moment, those are the festivals that we have booked there. And in regards to Somna, maybe we'll do a gig in July, but we haven't really decided if we're going to have the time for that because we want to, plan everything around the single release. But we're going to be doing a gig in Cambridge in England in August. So those are all the gigs that
Yeah.
are like we're definitely doing them, and then let's see what else comes.
Now, I know you're based in Sweden, but the rest of the band, Insomnia, they're in the UK, right?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite country to perform in?
Well, I mean, as much as I do love my friends in the UK, I think the best place to perform in would, without a doubt, be Germany,
Hmm.
because it's just like the engineering is amazing. No,
Yeah.
but and just like everything is super organized. I'm a very organized person. I hope, at least, but I do like when things are organized. And now Germany is it's great, and it's always like things going on there, good vibes. I would love for Somna to play in Germany as well, as because like with Dark, it's always so good to play in Germany.
Yeah, the crowd's
Yeah,
very receptive.
absolutely. And I mean, even Sweden is great too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the metal scene like in Sweden?
Well, so the thing is, the third biggest, I think it's the third biggest radio channel is a rock channel,
Hmm.
which is nice. And you do have a lot of people who do listen to rock and metal in Sweden. And I love that, because people talk about how like, yeah, rock and metal is dead and no one listens to that stuff and everyone listens to like rap or whatever. But it's really not. I think more people listen to heavy music than one would expect.
Now, Nicole also, in addition to music, she is a secondary school teacher of music.
Yeah.
You teach vocals and piano, and also you're into cosplay too. How did that start? And how'd you get into that?
Um, Well, so I always enjoyed to dress up. I guess the reason why I enjoy to dress up so much is because of the music videos. Coming back to that,
Mm,
like when I was a kid, I was always like, "Oh yeah, I want to be in this music video. I want to be this person in that video." And I think that's kind of where it started. And I've always enjoyed like doing different makeup looks and transforming myself, kind of thing. And then a friend of mine who's also a metalhead, he recommended cosplay, and I was like, oh, I don't really know if that's my thing, but then I gave it a shot, and yeah, I love it. I really enjoy it, and it's not exactly easy, but
yeah.
you will get the hang of it after a while and learn all these new techniques of how you can create costumes, etc. So yeah, it's cool.
What do you hope fans continue to take away from your songs?
I hope that well, so yeah, again, it's hard to, because for me, it's important for me that I feel it, kind of thing.
Mm,
I know that's a little bit selfish, but I think um, I'm not going to be able to make them feel anything unless I feel it myself.
yeah.
So if they can, if I can bring out any form of emotion, it doesn't necessarily have to be like good, but just like make them feel something. I guess that's the most important thing for me. I'm a bit like that with arts in general. That at least if you feel something, that's the main thing. It
Mm,
doesn't have to be necessarily good.
mm. All right, we're going to wrap up here with 5 questions for Nicole Willerton. Let's
Oh,
start with your favorite cosplay first.
wow. Right. Hmm. Well, it's probably Emily from Corpse Bride, but my favorite will be Syndra when I'm done with that costume.
So that's still to come, Sindra.
Yeah.
All right, your favorite, you do a lot of cover songs. You can check it out on Nicole's YouTube channel. Your
Mhm.
favorite cover song of all time.
Oh, Bastard by Devin Townsend.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
that's a great version you did too. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you weren't in music, and we were talking earlier, you're pretty much your whole life you've been in music,
Mhm.
what would you be doing?
Uh, hmm. Oh, goodness, that's very difficult. Um, I don't know. I really don't know.
It's been your whole
Uh,
life.
yeah, maybe I would. Oh, actually, I probably something like designing some like designer or photographer or something like this. But it's really it's music or nothing for me.
What is your dream collaboration?
Um,
Any Lennox?
No, Devin Townsend.
Devin Townsend again. All right. And your favorite drink?
My favorite drink.
Yes.
I was just about to say blood there because like I have this like a vampire reference around me all the time.
Mm.
No, but a very very good Italian red wine.
I'm Italian, so I can appreciate that. Yes.
Are you? Oh, perfect.
She is on Instagram, Nicole Willerton. Also, check out her YouTube channel and subscribe to it too. She has some great content, great videos. You'll see that cover song, that Devin Townsend cover song, and so much more too. And we look forward to seeing Samna on the road and new music from Samna, which is coming this summer. She is a
Well, we
Swedish
are looking
artist.
forward to releasing it.
Yeah. Nicole Willerton, thanks for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I'll bye.
And I'm Steve Richards. Thanks for watching the Metal Queens podcast.